G'day, I'm Mark Boxer and welcome to Ryco Workshop Heroes, and today we're heading to a place called KPM Motorsport. They do some pretty cool stuff, so let's head down and check it out. Alrighty, here we are. Ooh, what's going on? Oh, nitrous. There we go. Oh, there he is. Dave, how you going, mate?
G'day, Mark. How are you, mate?
So, busy day?
Busy day, yes.
Well, let's have a look in the workshop, see what's going on.
Yeah, I would love to take you around. Let's go.
So, nice workshop, mate. What do we got going on in here?
Got some Dodge, Jeep.
Well, let's start off here, because I mean, straight away, this looks pretty impressive from the back. What's the story with this car? How did it start out?
Okay, so this customer originally bought the car brand new from the dealer we work with over here, and we did a little bit of an upgrade on it. Well, that wasn't enough. Yeah. So he saw that we were a Hennessy dealer and manufacturer, so he asked us to do what we call a HPE, Hennessy Performance Package, 1,000 horsepower. Okay. So these come out at about 700 horsepower already. Yep. If you don't know, so they're really quick, you know, SUV.
Yeah, out of the box.
Out of the box. Yeah. But that was enough. 700 wasn't enough, so we jumped it up to 1,000 horsepower. The first Australian Hennessy 1,000 horsepower build. Number one. He had a bit of fun with that. Still not enough.
So I can see something shiny up the front there. So like, yes. What's the go under the bonnet?
We've upgraded the Supercharger twice, so that was not the standard one.
Okay.
We went to the Magnuson, which is a 2.3 litre. We've now jumped up to a 4 litre. And
yeah, there's a little bit of extra plumbing going here in the manifold, yes. And quite a bit by the looks. How much nitrous are we talking about?
We'll start with a 300 horsepower shot of nitrous there, but I think we'll end up at a 500 horsepower shot.
And I mean, looking at the tyres and stuff like that, I'm assuming that this thing's still running power to all 4 wheels and...
It is, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, all 4 wheels. You know, we've done a lot of work on the transaxle and the transmission, the half shafts. Even down to the diff, we've replaced it with, we've got a full 9-inch diff set up in there, wow. Which is pretty much the first in the world in that side on this vehicle.
And I guess, you know, looking at this, it's got full trim and everything, this thing would have to be at least like 2.5 tonnes, I'm guessing.
2.5 tonnes, yeah. So full trim, you know, I think we've left everything in there.
So I mean, so I'm guessing with these things here, there's probably some sort of bottle in the back or something like that. Where have you got that stashed?
Yeah, okay, so the best place for the bottle is in the back.
Oh, there you go, 2 bottles.
2 bottles, yeah. He's going to need the 2 bottles.
Very nice, and they're like a carbon fibre style bottle as well.
They are,
yeah.
They're a lightweight carbon fibre one, so we are trying to steal some kilograms or grams, wherever we can. Yeah. And they look great, they look fantastic.
Well, this is an American car with an American engine, so there'd be ounces, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't understand ounces, mate.
I haven't
got my conversion, it'll be ounces, but yeah, let's call it grams for my sake.
And how far off do you reckon it is?
I don't want to say, you know, I hate saying that. I'd like to say 2 or 3 months.
What else you got going on?
What have we got today?
Oh, alrighty, so this Barrow looks like it's had a bit of a hard life. What's the deal here?
Yeah, I think it has. Customers brought this one in. It's been sitting around for a long time now. Man, he just wants us to get it back to pristine again.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing, you know, BA, BF,
yeah.
XR6s now, and I mean, this is a Typhoon, so this is the FPV version, but
correct.
They are definitely going up in value, like we've seen with the Commodores and so forth. And
correct, yeah. Yeah, so I think what he wants is just the car to get going nice, back to its former glory, I suppose you could put it. And again, it's been sitting around, so he's done the right thing. He's held the car. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, just a little bit worse for wear at the moment, but we'll get it right for him.
Now I reckon that's a dyno room over there.
It is. Yeah.
What's going on in there?
What's going on? Let's have a look.
So hang on, that's the yellow there, but this is the Transformers Bumblebee here.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a workshop vehicle.
What sort of work have you done on this thing to make it a little bit quicker than standard?
Okay, yeah, so this thing here, we stepped up the development. We did there, like I said, our exhaust system.
Yep.
Everything revolves around the exhaust system. We need to get those gases out. Then we do the basic stage package, which is just your intake and tuning. Step that up for some power. Then we supercharged it to get it up to around the 750 horsepower level.
Yep.
And since that, we've gone up to 1,000 horsepower with the supercharging. That's included now our own grind camshaft. So comp cams in America do a special grind for us. They do two grinds that we can use on our Aussie Camaros, and they're our own IP grinds, but made by comp cams. So we use them to make the power up to 1,000 horsepower. Our own fuel system, own exhaust, own intake, and then we use the Whipple supercharger on it.
Nice. And I'm guessing, you know, with all this here, you're obviously doing quite a bit of tuning here, custom to cars and R&D.
100%, yeah. This room now has become a real R&D room. Customer cars, yes, as you can see, we've got several in the workshop that we need to tune, but Callum, our calibrator, spends a lot of his time on R&D. He works a lot with some associates we've got in the States, who've got 3, 4, 5 years ahead of us on these cars. And we work them out to be suited for our Australian conditions and fuels. And a lot of R&D,
Yeah, beautiful. And that's such a cool looking car.
They are a cool looking car, yeah. A bit understated when you get them out the showroom. They are a little bit, I don't think they're as sharp in the shape as the Mustang. But as soon as you do a couple of things to them, it doesn't take much. A bit of lowering some wheels. Yeah, they're a cool looking car.
What do we got down here?
What do we got down? Okay,
let's have a look.
A lot of boxes, a lot of bits and pieces. So this is our assembly area. As we suggested, we make our own exhaust systems, therefore we box them up, and that's been our mantra from day one, is let's make it here if we can. So the guys put it together and they test it and then they send it away.
Yep.
So that's what we do back here.
Oh, beautiful.
But the real stuff happens next door. That's where all our manufacturing happens. You want to see that?
You lead the way.
Okay.
Okay. So now that I've got my nice new yellow vest on here, what's happening in this place here? It looks like there's a bit of stuff going on.
Yeah, well, this is where we were saying before, we like to build our own gear. You know, we like to integrate it with what we can get overseas, but we like to build our own stuff suited to our cars here in Australia. So a lot of manufacturing goes on here.
Yep.
A lot of plastic injection moulding, a lot of machining, aluminium machining and metal machining.
Yep.
Yeah, it all gets done in this half of the building. You know, a lot of other industry uses this building as well, but our own little aftermarket section, we do a lot of work here as well. So,
yeah, obviously you do a lot of plastic here, but this doesn't look like it's plastic. Is that the front of a supercharger by the looks of things?
It is, yeah. That's billet aluminium, so definitely not plastic. So that goes on the front of the Falcon supercharger.
Yep. And
we replaced the snout so we can put a smaller pulley on there and spin it faster. So that's our Street Fighter product. This here is an aftermarket manifold that we cast and machine. Okay. We actually, again in this factory, make the OEM, or were making the OEM for Ford.
Yep.
And that had a single throttle body opening.
Okay.
So we have our own tooling, aftermarket tooling, to allow for a twin throttle body opening. As you can see there, so it's a bigger manifold. We machine up that again. We were making that for Ford for the Coyote engine. Okay. That's the supercharger manifold. Yep. Yep. So we actually machined that up. We've stopped doing it now, but we were machining it up for a bigger supercharger. To take a bigger supercharger. So you can see we do a lot of aluminium and steel machining and fabrication. Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, let's head back over and have a look and see what else we can find. Okay. Oh, well, I've lost my vest now, and no, actually, I'm not talking about it. You look good in yellow, mate. Yeah, so, yeah. Well, I mean, I've taken it off now. Where are we here? This is the fuel system room, by the look. It is, yeah. I'm not sure, but I think we've got the only fuel system characterisation room in Australia. So what we do, we characterise fuel injectors, meaning we give them data. Okay. We then lay them out, we number them. And we high flow them, so they flow more fuel for those big horsepower vehicles you see out there. Yeah, and we sell them to the workshops around Australia. And I mean, me having injected race car myself, I know how important, as good as a computer is. The injectors aren't matched and aren't working properly, then exactly. The biggest thing about injectors is the data that the computer wants to know. Yep. And being matched to a level that they're all equal. Yeah. And that's something we really specialise in at KPM, and workshops have known that for a while. So we sell direct. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Oh, what's next?
What's next? Oh, I could tell you so much, but what do you want to know?
Well, I reckon I saw some pretty nice stuff in the showroom out the front, but
Oh,
we
right.
didn't actually go into that.
Well, that's good. We'll give you an overview of the things that we do manufacture. Let's go.
Oh, it's a car with no wheels.
Yeah, all it needs is some wheels and front and rear bumper bar.
So what goes on in here? Obviously, this is sort of...
Yeah, we use this as a bit of a showroom for a customer who might come to the counter with his Commodore Falcon, whatever it may be, and ask for an exhaust or an intake or a package or what you can do. We try to visually show him what we manufacture or can give him as part of his package. So, you know, we've put up bits and bobs of the componentry that we use around the place, some fuel system, some exhaust, some intake. These are all the main type of items that might go into a upgrade package.
Oh, that's very cool. And one last request.
Yeah.
I haven't driven near Camaro, so can we go for a spin?
Yeah, for sure. We got that one on the dyno.
Let's go. And
Let's
grab
go.
it. Cool. Well, there you have it. That was KPM Motorsport, a pretty damn cool workshop there. And I'll tell you what, that Trackhawk is an absolute weapon. I can't wait to see that going. Just hoping I get a passenger ride in it at some stage. But if you want to check out more workshop heroes, next time you're looking for your filters, head to rycofilters.com.au and we'll see you soon.